Hello, you amazing people! Jacob Bowler here, and today I'm going to tell you something. I love and respect you all who are out there busting the ass to be a perfect example of the representation inside of themselves, which is valuable and healthy. I still love you if you are unhealthy and you don't love and respect yourself and thus self-harming, but I don't respect you. There is no substitute for the value that you are as a human being, and if you sell your soul, your one physical form that you're given for a profit, or because you're lazy or a slave to evil ego, I don't respect you. You can have all the money in the world, and it does not supplement the value that you don't have for yourself. People will do this until the end of fucking humanity. They will destroy themselves for money, and then use all the money to try to get back what they lost. It doesn't matter, listen to me. Your age is irrelevant, but if you've spent a lifetime being unhealthy, out of shape, hating your physical form and trying to live in a delusional denial land that's gonna somehow circumnavigate reality for you. As long as I feel good, I self-medicate, I put on clothes. Look, if you don't look good naked, if you can't high-five yourself and be confident and believe in yourself as a physical form without needing to cover it up, nothing you exterior is going to matter. And this is the representation of the physical form of trying to externally remediate an internal wound, which is the missing part of you. Your soul, your value, your love for yourself is not there, and that's why you need to externally, materialistically try and fill that gaping hole. Why do you think your hoarding nature is trying to find things, people, circumstances, situations, all just material matter, to make yourself feel better when you just don't feel better because you're missing yourself? You're disconnected from source energy, you're unconscious, you're a slave to evil, you're delusional state of grandeur. So you have to completely waste your life reaffirming the charade, and the whole time you're the slave. You're the one being used. You're the one being abused. You're the one that's self-harming yourself and self-harming and abusing others because you're trying to pay the ransom that evil has on your soul so that you can not feel better. You can temporarily not feel like a worthless piece of shit. And there's a reason why I say I love you all, but I don't respect you all. You can't respect somebody that doesn't respect themselves, and the people who don't respect themselves will never respect you, for they do not have respect to give. Thus you can only give what you've got, and you can only ever have that which you are. So to earn my respect, it's pretty simple. Respect yourself. That will take you unconditionally loving yourself consistently, consciously, by choice. And that is your repeating day in and day out choice. Every second of every moment, doesn't matter what it is or isn't, you make that fucking choice. You make the choice over and over and over. Doesn't matter if you got everything you ever fucking desired, it doesn't make you feel better. And doesn't matter if you didn't get anything at all or if you lost everything. It doesn't make you feel worse. You let that thing either temporarily appease the ego or permanently appease the ego. Poor me. Remember that? The victim? The evil? Four sides of evil? Aggressor, interrogator, poor me, aloof? Yeah. So if you can go out there and you're all busting about this hustle and all this fucking bullshit and the grind, but you're neglecting and burning, destroying your physical form, your mind, and disconnect from higher self and divinity, thus being worthless and trying to materialistically fucking work around not being able, being too worthless to value yourself, too worthless to love yourself, too worthless to be happy and have inner peace. You think that doesn't matter what the fuck you have? If you're inside a worthless piece of shit, slave to the utter of the worst of the less than regret, good luck. Be a fucking billionaire. Have everything. Try to show off. Get all the attention. But you're demonstrating something very, very loudly, very vocally for the entire eternity, that you will be a representation of what failure is. For thus there is only one success, a positive influence and effect on one's thyself. Thus they can be a positive influence and effect consistently on thy other. And thus the world is a better place for eternity. Existence is proud of you and respects you, for thus you did your fucking one job that you're here to do. That's success. Being a good person, being valuable, being useful. That's why there's so many worthless pieces of shit and nothing, and no one will ever mean shit until you are valuable within. Yeah. So you're trying to get all these people and all these things, but you haven't realized that God, the universe, fuck it, me, don't respect you. You're not doing the things that are respected by the highest divinity, elite masters of consciousness, the fucking evolved representation of what enlightenment is. You do not have our respect because you can't. You're too weak. So you try to get the respect, you try to get the attention, you try to get the approval of worthless people, like absolute fucking idiots. It is the, what do they call it? The blind leading the blind, you know? Stupid people make stupid people famous. Do you get this analogy? Like 75 or 72% of the world is obese. Like, hello, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then we look at the dynamic of, if it's not abuse, more people, even this in your fucked up culture, more soldiers in this world die from suicide than ever in battle. Think about that for a minute. You glorify something, but pay no cost, for others pay the price for you because you are worthless. There was the great analogy of a Viking, the real lords, the real kings. They're on the front. Because there is a difference between a leader and not. That's why we don't respect you. See, a leader is the one at the front pulling the fucking rope, not at the back telling people to pull them. They are the representation and the demonstration. They are the living and walking example of consciousness, of value. Even if the deed is in battle, even if the deed is against the first rule, thou shalt not kill. That's why they say they die and go to Valhalla, because they die with honor. Not saying killing, none of that shit. As we said, first rule, don't do it. But it's a representation of even the most evil and heinous form and failure of the first rule. They still get to transcend and to Valhalla because they died without evil inside themselves. They were not afraid. They did not have hate. They had love. And if you look at today's representation of gladiators, you look at the cage fighters, the real ones, not the fucking fake showboating cunts. And they do that so that they get attention, so that they can stay in the sport. It's not about skill. It's not about heart. It's about sales. That's sick. But the point is, you watch real martial artists and they can go to war. And they can love the other. They can respect the other. And you watch it, really watch it. This sport. They will pick them up. They will be on the ground and bow to them. Even though they beat the opponent, they will be on all fours, face to the floor, bowing to the opponent that lost. That's honor. Okay? That's self-respect. And that's self-value. Because they love themselves so they cannot hate another. So I love you all. And I respect very few. And I encourage all. See, understand this. If you cannot love yourself to sleep, if you cannot respect yourself to rest, then what grind are you doing? You're grinding yourself away. It is like cutting off your fingers so that you have something to eat. Burning the latter that gets you out of the pit because you're cold. Do not sell yourself, for thus you are devaluing yourself. You are selling the only thing that you have, because you are worthless within, and thus if you weren't worthless and you're valuable, then you would value yourself, love yourself, and respect yourself. And I'll use the terminology of sleeping. If you cannot master that one skill, to sleep, to trust yourself, to believe in yourself, to value yourself, that you are worth the sleep, because that sleep is the connection, the recharging of the battery that's you're either gonna burn yourself out and thus end your life and suffer to death, or you can realize that life is a thing and it's a journey and it's not about the destination. I was once told by a very, very amazing man, and I say amazing man first because I do not proclaim wealth and materialism as valuable, but he was fucking rich, like private hangar rich. He told me one thing when I was very, very young. Live life one moment at a time. Be a child. Be a student. Be poor. Travel. Be a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Be a husband, a wife, and a father, and a mother. Be a grandparent. And then choose at what point do you choose to be rich, wealthy, valuable. And you are this by adding value to others, being useful to others, for thus you are not paid for your time. You are paid for the value that you bring into another and the time that you save them. So don't be a student and try to be rich. Don't be young and try to be rich. You don't need it. You don't. You doing things out of evil, which is fear, which is lack of self-worth, which is wanting to feel good about yourself by circumnavigating the emotion that's inside of you that makes you feel like you're a worthless piece of shit, and thus changing it and being, by choice, the most valuable and richest person in the universe, by choice. No. You're like a little evil cunt that follows evil's little bitch fucking game. You play its game and you fucking feed its evil suffering that it puts upon you, so it makes you do what it wants, which is unhealthy for you and unhealthy for everyone. And someone will always pay the price, and it's normally not you, because you are too fucking worthless to pay the price of the shit you do and don't do, say and don't say. So yeah, pro tip from a pro. Anyway, as I was saying, I love you all and respect very few, but you all can earn my respect. It is earnable, but it is also something that you can lose. But are you willing to, once lost, be found? Are you willing to go through the journey that it takes? See, they say, it's true, it takes a microsecond to lose someone's respect for you. You've chosen that. You've chosen to be that. And now, if they're fucking psychopathic, ego, maniacal people, their respect is not valid. doesn't matter. That's why I don't try to get the respect of a fucking idiot. If they're mentally unbalanced and unhinged, they don't respect themselves, so they will never respect you. So stop trying to waste your fucking life trying to get the respect of an idiot. They don't know what it is. Anyway, the saying goes, it takes a moment to lose someone's respect, but it takes a lifetime to earn it back. Now, it is not you trying to appease another so that they now forgive you or they now respect you. It's for you to raise your standards and have somebody that holds you accountable to it. Pretty amazing shit, right? Because most people don't have that, they run from fear and they hide from pain. And they self-medicate until when they die. Anyway, I've just honored myself with an amazing workout. And I'm going to drive home now and honor myself with a protein shake. And it is not of vanity, it is of self-love that this is something that I did, and I will reward myself. I wanted to say, as I said this the other day, understand the pain that you go through. It's not real. Pain is not real. But because it's evil. Because fear is not real. And fear is evil, right? So my point is this. You are purging the evil out of you. Oh yeah. When your little weak, evil brain goes, quit, stop, can't, no, give up. It's too hard. It hurts. Oh, stop running. It's painful. Stop doing burpees. Know the separation that you are not your thoughts. Those thoughts of less and quitting, that you're not good enough, is evil. Trying to stop you killing it. Purging yourself of it. Embrace the pain. That's why I invented pain training. Safely, of course, as a professional of 2 decades in health professional, personal trainer, life coach, and spiritual sage. The last one, I've been my whole life. But professionally, been a life coach and a personal trainer for 20 fucking years. I tell you this. Life begins on the other side of pain. Okay? Until you are no longer afraid of pain and that you are the master of it and that you make it disappear, which is something that I can teach and I've taught so many, but very few. Yeah, that's when you become, before the word limitless, you become the creator. Anyway, I love you all, respect very few, but you can all earn my respect by respecting yourself. And how do you earn your own respect? By loving yourself! Peace out, people!